This is a kickoff video for a series that I'm going to be putting together focused on upland oak regeneration and management in the Piedmont. But a lot of the stuff that you'll see in this video series can transfer over to other, oak-dominated systems, whether or not they're on the coastal plain or in the southern Appalachians and places like that. But I picked this as my kind of initial tour stop, mainly because this stand is pretty representative of a lot of what we see here in the Piedmont. So this is a 360 video, so feel free to look up, look down, look around, get a feel for what we have. But we have an overstory that's dominated primarily of upland oak species. We have eastern white oak, we have southern red oak, northern red oak, black oak, all sorts of different stuff out here. We also have a hickory component and a minor component of overstory yellow poplar. But what I want to draw your attention to now is while we do have that oak, and one thing I do want to point out is this oak-dominated overstory that we see actually came up following old field abandonment, or old field succession, following agricultural abandonment. So this site was actually dominated by shortleaf pine in the past, and there is still some shortleaf component in it, but most of it has fallen out of the system. We know it's old field mainly because this giant pile of field stones behind us. But as well as, there's still planting row, or corduroy as we call it, running down the sides of a lot of these sites. Anyway, what I want to draw your attention to now is the mid-story layer. We've got black gum, we've got a little bit of red maple, we have sourwood, we have American beech, smaller diameter saplings of American beech, and then we have larger diameter American beech. And this is pretty representative of what we're seeing on these Piedmont sites. We have that overstory oak, and that's beneficial. We like to have oak in the overstory. Kind of the light that penetrates down through an oak overstory is a little bit more of a dappled light, so that leads to some, understory plant diversity that we shoot for on certain sites. We also like the mast production and other wildlife benefits provided by oak, and we also like the high quality forest products associated with oak. So for a variety of reasons, we want to maintain that oak component of these stands. But as these stands tend to be dominated by sprout origin regeneration when we have disturbances, the fact that most of our mid-story and sapling layer in this stand is dominated by more mesophytic species that are not oaks. So we've got our shade-tolerant species like beech, red maple, and then our more intolerant stuff that just grows really fast like yellow poplar that's capturing those gaps. We're not having great luck regenerating oak on these sites. As we, either plan disturbances through harvests or we have natural disturbances that run through, the regeneration following those is typically dominated by those less desirable, at least for our objectives on these sites, species. So this video series is going to focus on some management or silvicultural treatments and other management techniques that we've been implementing on these sites to try to maintain a little bit more of an oak component. So again, I'll let this roll for another couple seconds and you can look around, and then I'll move on to some other topics.